Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opinion Machine, the show where we talk about all things gaming. My name is Killjoy, and today we're talking about the Rocket League Special Edition Cracked NitroDeck. Yeah, not that the Rocket League Edition makes much of a difference, but that is quite a nice design. As you can see, there's the box for it. So I've got a, I don't know what the other brand is. Like NitroDeck, one of those big controller things. There's the back of the box as well, by the way. But I thought we'd review this. I bought this just because it was on offer, really. I didn't think too much about it. But here is the actual device itself, as you can see. It's actually quite a nice device. There's the back as well, Rocket League on the back, buttons, all that good stuff. So the thing with these devices is that a lot of the time you want the design to be fun, you know, play your Switch and easier to hold. Now the other one I got I really liked. I wish I could remember the name of it. The other one I've got really liked. This one actually has, I think, better joysticks, but we're going to go over everything about this so that you guys know what this thing does, how it is, and I'll give you my honest thoughts on it at the end, because this is the thing that I've been using. I've primarily been playing Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition on on TV, but then with my Switch, which I'll get into in a minute, playing it in handheld mode, and this has been a lot of fun. So this device, what have we got here? We've got two joysticks. That's the buttons. There's one. And there's the other one. These, you can probably hear, are very clicky. But these are also really nice joysticks. I believe they're Hall effect, or at least they say they don't get Joy-Con drift. These are a nice size. They're not big like the other ones, but they move nicely. They've got a lot of traction on them. Things like that. I find that they are very, very, very high quality, or at least they feel high quality. Next, you've got the D-pad here. Not a bad D-pad by any stretch of the imagination, but I wouldn't say I would necessarily want to play like a fighting game with it. I think it's just a bit too... it doesn't have as much traction as maybe as I'd want, but it's just a bit small as well. But using it as, like, you know, extra buttons and stuff works pretty well. Face buttons on here. Face buttons are lovely. They've got some proper sync going on. They're clicky. They go in. They feel really nice. And then at the top you've also got plus and minus as well, which go in nicely. And at the bottom you've got the light that comes on for the home button, which you won't be able to see much right now. But and then on the other side is the capture button, I believe. The front plate of this, both sides, feels great. Really, really like what we've got here. Next you've got an LNR here and an ZL ZR. Feel nice. I like these. They've got a nice amount of movement. Really good. The LNR though, on the other hand, they are just a single button. I don't like these very much. There's not much movement in them. These are probably some of my least favourite. But everything else feels lovely. On the back, and it might be a bit hard to see, you've got these extra buttons that you can program, which is great. There's like S1, S2, all that sort of stuff. There's a button about there, but programming at the back. There's also a reset button at the back. I would say that these feel like holding it here and like being able to click these are just single buttons. There's very little movement other than you can push down and feel it. I don't mind these, but I think I maybe would have preferred them to go a little bit further. But I think if you're playing handheld and you're playing like a shooter, you probably don't want a lot of traction. You want to be able to tap it. I think they're actually pretty solid. The actual curvature of the side here, you can probably see, fits the hand quite nicely both sides. If I hold it properly, like how I would, probably like that or like that, feels comfortable to hold, right? So overall, the actual ergonomics of this thing, the buttons, everything feels good. The second joystick being where it is, you know, you can kind of push it with your thumb. And I think the reason why you've got these back buttons anyway is so you don't have to take your finger off the second thumb, and you can forego the face buttons and use the back buttons instead. You've also got on the back here a stand, so you can pop the stand out like that. You won't be able to see much of this, but it does. You can angle it a lot and have it sit down on a lot of things. There are also, you can probably see there, like grill holes at the back to like let air out, which is good. And also on the back, which might be hard to see. Yeah, you're not going to see it, but if I tilt it the right way, you might be able to see that there are some USBs. So there's USB-C for output and input. So I think you can power it and then also have an output from USB out to something else. And not something I would probably use. And then the back bit in here is smooth, so that you're sliding the switch in. It feels decent to use, right? So the actual device itself, I very much like. I think the thing is very comfortable. I would say the only downside of these top L and R buttons. Now, this is where the magic of these controllers comes in, right? So like my last one, as soon as you pop the switch in, this feels like a premium device all of a sudden. It's got the weight on there. It feels so much better. It's hard to explain without somebody like actively having their hands on it. Feeling this thing when it's empty and then feeling this thing when it's the switch in there. Gives it that Steam Deck sort of feel of that like just pure weight. I honestly love this thing. I think this thing is such a great way of playing. It is maybe a little heavy, but that's kind of to do with the Switch. But sat playing like long periods of time, you might start to notice it. But for the most part, it feels comfortable. It feels good to hold, all that sort of stuff. Now, I can't obviously show too much playing a game in this because just pointing on the camera. But what I can show is there's the light down the bottom that comes on. That's the home button. If I tap that, it'll take me into Donkey Kong. There we go, where I got to the other day. Now, I want to try and show... maybe we will try and use Donkey Kong for this to show, like, lag and stuff. Just to show you guys, like, some elements of gameplay. So there's, like, maybe it's coming across like there's lag. I'm tapping jump and he's jumping. Like, I'm not having any issues there with any of the buttons, which is good. That sounds obviously of the rumble in this thing. You might be able to hear it. It's very intense. Now you can, I believe you can change that in the app. There is a free app that lets you connect this thing and you can do some things with it. In terms of movement and things, where's the analog stick? Wrong one. Again, might be a little bit lag on the camera. Honestly, there's like no issue with it there. Same with the D-pad. I can get it to... I know this isn't the best way to review this, but you get the idea. I can honestly say that I'm having no issues using this device to play games on it. Now, I have specifically been playing Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. I've had a lot of fun playing with it. Obviously, this smaller screen, low resolution, all that is obviously the Switch, not the controller, but the actual playing the games has been a lot of fun. The act of being able to sit and grind in Xenoblade and just go around and stuff and not feel, and do it for extended time. I can do it for about an hour playing this and maybe even longer, where I'm just there like doing my own thing. Someone else using the TV, or I just want to play in bed, or whatever it might be, and I genuinely having a good time with it. I think this device is awesome. Now, I can't speak to there is a Pro version, I believe. So what's this? This is just the NitroDeck. I believe there's like a NitroDeck Plus. I think on that version they move the analog stick up and stuff like that. As it stands, this version of this controller feels great. Yes, the rumble is very hectic, and it's something that you will just have to get used to. I do believe you might be able to tune it down a little bit, but the actual grip of this thing, the face buttons, the analog sticks are some of the best I've used on a device like this. I would say the weakest points are your L and R's. I believe these buttons here, they're not great, they don't feel that great, and then the D-pad, which is functional, there's nothing wrong with it. I just think certain game types you're going to struggle with playing on that because it's quite small and doesn't feel great for something like a fighting game. Everything else about this, like, and you can get multiple colors of this thing. Like I said, I just bought a Rocket League one because I play Rocket League, and I really like it. There's another one of these which is like gold, I believe. But yeah, this device, this plastic shell of a controller, is awesome. Genuinely awesome. I've had just such a blast using it. I do need to compare the two at some point and see which one I prefer, but I think that this device. Oh yeah, I didn't even show that. There's a little button at the back here, right there. I don't know if it will show up. And you pop that up, and that's how you get your Switch. Unlocks your Switch from that position. I'm a bit crap, so I never get it right. But yeah, you pop that up, and it pushes it out. It comes out on the side there. It's also USB-C, so obviously it fits in. And it's like a lot of the other controllers like this, they just turn into a wired controller. My recommendation is that if you are looking for something like this, this is not a bad shout. This might not be best for everyone. I'm sure people are going to have their opinions on this. But my experience playing with this thing is that it has been nothing but comfortable. I've had extended play sessions with it. The analog sticks are some of the best I've used on a device like this. The face buttons also feel really, really nice. Little to no lag, personally, that I've noticed. It's only really those top L and R buttons that are maybe not great, and then the D-pad being a little bit on the smaller side. But everything else, the fact that there's a kickstand on here, the fact that you've got in and out ports with the USB-Cs, yeah, honestly, straight up good. Like, if you can get one of these for like 40 quid, I think this is an absolute bargain. This was on offer to like £35 when I bought it in the UK. The NitroDeck Plus, I believe, is more like 50 to 60 quid. It might vary. I got this one from Amazon. But if you are looking for something to play your Switch in handheld mode, I can definitely recommend this. I will say most devices that I've bought for my Switch, whether it be controllers like this or like the PowerA controllers, Rock Candy, all that sort of stuff, I've never really had a bad experience. So I honestly recommend a lot of the third-party stuff that is coming to this system. Different people are going to have different opinions, but I want to check out one of the cracked controllers as well, like the actual like little ones they've got, and see if they're any good. But as far as the NitroDeck goes, this is a nice bit of kit. It's good to play for handheld extended sessions or short sessions, whatever. It's comfortable. The Switch gives it a nice weight to it because it's very, very lightweight until you put that Switch on it, and then suddenly all the weight is in the middle. I really, really like this thing. So hopefully this is useful to someone if you're sitting on the fence about getting this. Just remember, this is the NitroDeck and not the NitroDeck Plus. You can always tell when it's a Plus because these two are swapped. The joysticks at the top and the face buttons at the bottom. The NitroDeck Plus has some changes to it. But as far as this is concerned, this thing is awesome, and I do recommend it if you are looking for something to play for handheld. Then this is definitely worth your money. So yeah, hopefully that is useful to someone. So thank you very much for watching. As always, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, especially controller reviews and things, hit subscribe. I've got something else I'd like to review very soon for the Switch. And I guess I'll be doing it all again for the Switch 2 in the future. But yeah, until next video, I will see you then.